Former England star, Messi is only human now, and I hope Spain beats France. According to the Daily Mail, Lionel Messi's so-called favorite referee has been appointed to officiate the World Cup semifinal between Argentina and England. Meanwhile, England manager Thomas Tuchel has also shared his thoughts on the enormous challenge of facing Argentina and Lionel Messi. Before we begin, let us know your prediction in the comments. What chance do you think Argentina has of beating England? And if you're a Messi fan who enjoys football stories and World Cup coverage, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Former England international Gary Pallister believes Lionel Messi is no longer the unstoppable player he was a decade ago, even though England still recognizes him as Argentina's biggest threat ahead of their World Cup semifinal. Speaking to Goal, Pallister said England has every reason to believe it can end Argentina's title defense, despite facing one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. At 39 years old, Messi continues to perform at an extraordinary level. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner has shown no sign of slowing down and could even strengthen his case for a historic 9th Ballon d'Or if Argentina captures another World Cup title. After making history with Inter Miami in Major League Soccer, Messi has carried that form onto the international stage. The South American legend has scored 8 goals during the 2026 World Cup, becoming the tournament's all-time leading scorer while continuing to inspire Argentina. He has now made more than 200 international appearances and remains the heart of the national team. 4 years ago, he guided Argentina to World Cup glory in Qatar, delivering a campaign that many compared to Diego Maradona's legendary achievements. When asked whether England simply had to accept that Messi would inevitably produce another decisive moment, Pallister explained that he no longer believes Messi has the same influence he once had. "I don't think Messi is the same player he was 10 years ago. Yes, he's still the key figure in Argentina's national team, and he's still the player they depend on more than anyone else. But I don't think he can influence games the way he did during the peak of his career. I don't think he can break through defensive lines as easily as he used to. He's still a wonderful technical footballer." The goal he scored against Cape Verde, when he controlled the ball with the outside of his foot before smashing it into the top corner, was absolutely magnificent. He's still capable of scoring goals, and he's still the captain who leads this team, just as he did 4 years ago. But I don't believe he's the same player who carried Barcelona to Champions League titles and La Liga trophies. There's no doubt he's still dangerous. What I'm saying is that he's become a little more human now. He can still create magic in tight spaces. He can still control the game. He can still score. I don't expect England to assign one player to man-mark him throughout the match. But naturally, he's someone we have to be extremely careful with. We've studied where Argentina might be vulnerable, and perhaps those weaknesses can be found in their defensive line. Even so, I believe England has enough quality to beat Argentina. I don't think the weather will be an issue either. The match will be played inside an indoor stadium in Atlanta, which should provide ideal conditions. I think our players will feel comfortable in that environment, and I believe this team will go into the game with real confidence. And finally, I hope Spain beats France, because in my opinion France is the strongest team left in the tournament, and they'll be very difficult to stop. Daily Mail, Messi's favorite referee, appointed for Argentina versus England. British newspaper The Daily Mail drew attention to FIFA's decision to appoint American referee Ismail Al-Fath to officiate the World Cup semi-final between Argentina and England. The two sides are set to meet on Wednesday evening, with a place in the World Cup final at stake. According to the report, Al-Fath has often been viewed as one of Lionel Messi's most successful referees, as the Argentine captain has never lost a match under his officiating. The newspaper also pointed out that Al-Fath served as the 4th official during the 2022 World Cup final, where Argentina defeated France to lift the trophy. Since Messi's move to Major League Soccer, he has had more opportunities to play in matches officiated by Al-Fath. According to the report, the referee has overseen 4 of Messi's matches since then, with Argentina or Messi's team winning every one of them. The article also noted that Al-Fath had faced criticism in Spain following the Uruguay match during the group stage. Some observers argued that he was not firm enough when dealing with several heavy challenges made by Uruguayan players. Because of that history, the newspaper suggested that his appointment could once again fuel speculation among some fans regarding possible favoritism toward Argentina. It also mentioned that Argentina's previous matches had already sparked debate. Among the incidents discussed were the disallowed goal against Egypt and the red card shown during the match against Switzerland. Those decisions led to further speculation from some supporters about whether FIFA favored the defending champions. However, the report also made it clear that FIFA has consistently rejected those claims, maintaining that there is no bias toward any team and that all refereeing decisions are made independently. Thomas Tuchel on Messi and England's toughest challenge. I'm a coach. My job is to find solutions. That's what I've spent many years doing throughout my career. I sit in front of video screens for countless hours. I watch matches once, twice, sometimes 10 times. I break down every opponent into the smallest possible details. I study every movement, every pass, every habit a player repeats without even realizing it. Only then do I begin building a plan. That's my job, and it's something I've dedicated my career to. I'm not saying that to boast. I'm simply describing the reality of what coaching demands. But this time, I'm facing something completely different from anything I've experienced before. We reached the World Cup semifinal after an incredibly demanding victory over Norway. A 2-1 win after extra time. A match that drained every bit of energy and concentration from my players. It wasn't a beautiful game from a technical standpoint. It probably won't be remembered as a football classic. But it was a match defined by character. A match won through determination. A match won through resilience. Jude Bellingham's 2 goals arrived exactly when we needed someone to step forward. He carried us through one of our toughest moments. Argentina also needed extra time to get past Switzerland. A 3-1 victory. Another exhausting battle. Another match that demanded everything from them. Switzerland refused to give up. They were disciplined, organized, and they pushed Argentina to the limit. So both teams arrive at this semi-final carrying the same burden. Both are physically exhausted. Both have paid a heavy price emotionally. Both desperately want a place in the final. Both are equally hungry. But there is one difference. Argentina has Lionel Messi. We don't. And that's not a small detail. That's the entire equation. This is, without question, the most difficult tactical challenge I've faced in my coaching career. Thomas Tuchel continues. Let me be completely honest, because I don't see any reason to hide behind diplomatic answers at a moment like this. What Lionel Messi is doing at this World Cup represents the most difficult tactical challenge I've ever had to prepare for in my coaching career. Here is a player who is 39 years old. He has already scored 8 goals in this tournament. He's leading the Golden Boot race, or at the very least, sharing the lead, with players who are nearly half his age and currently enjoying the absolute peak of their physical careers. That alone forces every coach in world football to rethink everything they know about this sport. I've studied the statistics. I know he averages roughly 1 goal every 66 minutes in this tournament. I know he's also created goals for his teammates. I know he has become the greatest assist provider in World Cup history, surpassing players many believe could never be overtaken. I know he has scored more than 20 World Cup goals throughout his career. But numbers alone don't frighten me. Statistics can be analyzed. Patterns can be studied. Data can be prepared for. What truly concerns me is everything the numbers cannot explain. The problem isn't simply that Messi scores goals. The real problem is that you never know where the danger is going to come from. One match, he scores directly from a free kick. So you tell yourself, fine, we'll avoid giving away unnecessary fouls near our penalty area. Then in the very next game, he drops deeper into midfield. He becomes a traditional playmaker. He dictates the rhythm. He distributes the ball. He controls the entire flow of the match. Suddenly, your team is playing at his pace instead of your own. Then comes another match. He barely touches the ball. For long stretches, he almost disappears. You begin thinking you've finally managed to control him. Then one single opportunity appears. One moment, one touch, one finish, and the entire match changes. In another game, when Argentina is behind and staring at elimination, he transforms into something completely different. Honestly, I don't even know what to call it. He simply carries the entire team on his shoulders and pulls them back from the edge. We saw exactly that against Egypt. Argentina was trailing by 2 goals. Time was running out. The defending champions were only minutes away from an early exit against a team that fought with tremendous courage and deserved enormous respect. Then Messi made a decision. He decided that Argentina would not be eliminated. And somehow, It simply didn't happen. So tell me, how do you prepare for something like that? How do you build a tactical plan against a player who creates a new solution every time you think you've closed every possible option? That's the question that's been keeping me awake at night ahead of this match. There's another point that occupies my mind as well, and I won't pretend otherwise. England has never faced Lionel Messi at senior international level. Think about that for a moment. More than 20 years playing at the highest level. More than 200 appearances for Argentina. More than 125 international goals. And yet, he's never played against England. When you stop and think about it, that's remarkable. He's played almost every major nation in world football. Yet this page of his career has remained completely unwritten. On Wednesday, we'll be the ones writing that page, whether we like what ends up being written or not. Some of my players have faced him before in the Champions League. That experience is valuable. Harry Kane has played against him. He even scored in that match. But he also watched Messi score twice and decide the game. John Stones has faced him as well. He openly admitted that Messi is the toughest opponent he's ever encountered. And that's coming from a defender who's played against some of the greatest attackers in world football. Those experiences matter. We'll discuss every detail before this match. We'll learn from them. But I also understand one important truth. Facing Messi with a club is one thing. Facing Messi while he's carrying the dreams of an entire nation at what could be the final World Cup of his career, that's something completely different. That level of motivation cannot be measured by statistics. It cannot be analyzed by software. No tactical model can truly calculate what that means. Thomas Tuchel continues. Is age really a weakness? Some people believe it is. They argue that at 39 years old, after playing consecutive matches that both went to extra time, Messi will eventually begin to tire. They believe his movement off the ball will slow down. They believe spaces will start to appear behind him, giving us opportunities to exploit on the counterattack. From a purely tactical perspective, that's a reasonable theory. As a coach, it's my responsibility to examine every possible scenario and consider whether it can become part of our game plan. Argentina has played 2 straight matches that went to extra time. No human body comes through that completely unaffected. Fatigue is a real factor. But here's what truly concerns me. Every team that has relied on Messi getting tired in this tournament has walked away disappointed. Egypt believed they had done enough. They were leading by 2 goals until the closing stages. They still lost. Switzerland managed to limit his scoring opportunities. They still lost. Cape Verde fought until the very end. They were eliminated by a goal in the 111th minute. It's almost as though this man has found a way to outrun time itself. And I can't build my entire strategy around the hope that his body finally gives in after 70 minutes. That's not planning. That's gambling. And gambling has never been part of my profession. Now let me speak about my team. And about my country. England has waited 60 years to win another World Cup. 60 years of hope. 60 years of expectation. Every 4 years, a new generation believes this could finally be the moment. And every 4 years, disappointment follows. I understand exactly how heavy that history is. Even though I'm not English, I know what wearing that shirt means to these players. History can become a burden, or it can become fuel. My responsibility is to make sure it becomes fuel. Because we didn't reach the World Cup semifinal by accident. We didn't get here through luck. We earned our place. We have pace on the wings that can trouble any defense. We have defensive organization built through years of hard work. We have players capable of deciding matches in a single moment. And above all, we have something I'm extremely proud of. We're not afraid of anyone. Yes, we're facing the greatest player in football history. Yes, this is one of the most difficult challenges imaginable. Yes, almost every conversation before this match revolves around Messi instead of England. But football isn't decided on paper. It isn't decided in television studios. And it certainly isn't decided by pre-match interviews. It will be decided on the pitch. And that's where everything changes. Before I finish, I want to say one final thing. Not as England's coach, but as someone who genuinely loves football. What Lionel Messi is doing at this World Cup deserves the respect of everyone who truly understands this game. Here is a player who has achieved everything football has to offer. He has won every major trophy, broken countless records. He has nothing left to prove to anyone. Yet every time he steps onto the field, he plays as though it's the very first match of his life. With the same hunger, the same passion, the same desire to win. That's something extraordinary. I've seen players lose their motivation after winning a single major trophy. I've seen others decline mentally long before their bodies ever did. But this man, after more than 2 decades at the highest level, still celebrates victories with the joy of a young player. He still fights for every ball. He still plays with genuine love for the game. To me, that's a lesson every young footballer should learn. And perhaps, it's also a lesson for coaches like me about what true passion really looks like. But respect ends when the whistle blows. On Wednesday, we'll step onto that field in Atlanta determined to stop him. We'll defend with discipline. We'll stay organized. We'll fight for every challenge. We'll close every space. We'll run every extra meter the game demands. Maybe we'll succeed. Maybe we won't. That's the beauty and the cruelty of football. But one thing is certain. We won't surrender before the match even begins. We won't walk onto that pitch believing we've already lost. Because this is the World Cup semifinal. At this level, nothing is given. Everything must be earned.